What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for all you rascals and rapscallions out there. Now, this is kind of a bonus video today, because by the time this premieres, I already dropped a video about 2 hours ago that I had recorded last week, scheduled, and ready to go. But tonight is AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And to be quite honest, I'm pretty excited for the show. I'm excited for pro wrestling. And after watching Friday Night's Dynamite, seeing Daly's place completely sold out, it just got me that much more excited. I think that might be the first full crowd of any capacity, like any sporting event in general that I can think of. So it's really cool to see that, since the first time, since the pandemic, that is. So I'm really excited with fans. Obviously, everyone should be excited for that. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'll just say I'm an independent wrestler from Michigan. This is primarily a horror channel, though I do have a lot of vlogs on here of my wrestling trips, which I think are pretty fun. So just to let, the horror people know, I'm not going all wrestling, and all the wrestling people know there will be wrestling content. At the end of the day, it's my channel. I'll put out wherever the fuck I want, but I just want to clarify that because I do really appreciate everybody that watches my content, so I want to put out the best stuff for you guys. But either way, today we're going to talk about some professional wrestling. And let's get right into the card. The very first match is the Casino Battle Royal. Now, I love Battle Royals, any form of it. I know it's a lot of kick, punch, brawling, but they're so much fun and a lot of very talented wrestlers in this match. To the extent, anyone could really win it. There's a lot of guys in here. I see Jungle Boy's kind of a dark horse because that would be a great match with him and Omega, but I'm going to go with kind of the obvious choice. Christian Cage. Ever since he signed to AEW coming out of retirement, besides the Royal Rumble he appeared in, he hasn't been in the ring in, 6 or 7 years? And the last 3 matches he's had with Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Kazarian have been really good. Some of the best storytelling in AEW. So I'm going to go with Christian Cage. And unless the Joker is Samoa Joe, which I highly doubt it is. That's kind of me betting with my heart and not my brain. But if Samoa Joe shows up, I'm going to go nuts, and that's the winner. But other than that, I got Christian Cage. Then the next match we have is one I wasn't too excited about, but after Friday Night Dynamite and hearing Hangman Adam Page's promo on Brian Cage and how things kind of ended with the friction between Brian Cage and Team Taz, it kind of got me a little more interested. So I'm going to go with Adam Page. I think Team Taz is going to turn on Brian Cage, or vice versa, turning Brian Cage babyface. So I think that's the easy bet, Hangman Page. Unless it's all swerve and all the work to get one over on Hangman Adam Page, which I hope almost in a way all my picks are wrong, because isn't that what a big reason we watch wrestling for? We like the surprises. And I know there's going to be some surprises at this show, but either way, I think the safe bet is Hangman Adam Page. Then after this, we have a tag match. Speaking of retirement and people not being in the ring, this is Sting, who also hasn't been in the ring, 6 years since Seth Rollins injured him with that buckle bomb? So it's Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Now, for one, I don't get this. I thought Scorpio Sky was leaving SCU to be a single star, a babyface. I guess it just didn't work out. The old phrase in wrestling, card subject to change. I just find it ironic that he left the tag team to go singles, and now he's in a tag team with another former tag team wrestler, and now Kazarian is the singles wrestler. But I digress. I could see this going either way. It'd be nice to see Sting win. That pop would be good. Darby Allin, after losing the TNT title, it'd be nice to see him win, but I don't think they need it. And due to the TV time they've been given, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, which could be due just to the guys they're working with, but I see Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page taking the win in this one. Then we have the American Dream, Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Gogo. I predict Cody Rhodes is going to have about 40 people accompanying him to ringside. I think that's really annoying, but that's besides the point. I think Cody Rhodes has been kind of in this phase of putting guys over, which is the right thing to do in his career. There's plenty of time to get on a hot streak again. I see him obviously carrying Anthony Gogo through this match. I think there's just too big of a market in England. Anthony Gogo's got too much hype behind him. I see him winning, definitely. And I see the Factory. I believe that's the stable that Anthony Gogo's in. I see them helping him cheating, but I also see Gogo going over clean. Now that might sound weird, but like I've learned in my time as wrestling as a heel, like you can cheat to win, but it doesn't have to always be some brass knuckles than the pin. It could be something earlier in the match that leads to the finish. But I see Cody putting him over clean. I think it would really help him. So I got Anthony Gogo. The next, we got a big old hoss fight. We have the new TNT champion Miro versus Lance Archer. Now, I'm not really a big fan of Lance Archer personally. Maybe I just never saw his stuff in New Japan. I don't really care for Japanese wrestling. Sue me. But I see this as the sleeper match of the whole card. A big old hoss fight. They're going to beat the living hell out of each other. Unless they want to pull a quick swerve and surprise us all. I see Miro 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, winning this match. Like it looks like they're going to be pushing him as the monster heel, which is a strange choice in my opinion to have him facing another monster. You think he would be facing kind of smaller guys, but I think that's what makes this match kind of interesting to me. But either way, I'm going to go with Miro. Then one of the matches I'm looking most forward to is for the AEW tag team titles, the Young Bucks versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I would love to see Moxley and Kingston win. Moxley's one of the top guys. I think it would make sense. Put the belt on them. They could run it right back. But at the same time, it's like AEW doesn't have a shortage of tag teams at all. There's so many tag teams. So it's not like they have to run it back for some kind of feud. Though I don't see this match being the end of the feud either way in general. But I just got to go with the Young Bucks here. They're kind of on a roll. I don't really care for them as heels, but they have their moments, and I think their run has just started, and I think there's a lot more to get out of the Elite. So I'm going to go with the Young Bucks. I think this will probably be the match of the night. There's about 3 that I think could be the match of the night. This is one of them. So yeah, Young Bucks. Then we got Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. I think Britt Baker has it all, really, if you think about it. I keep saying I'm not a fan of these people. I don't want to be negative with that. I'm not a big fan of Britt Baker. She won me over a little bit in that match with Thunder Rosa. But at the end of the day, I think they've been trying to push Britt Baker from the beginning. I think she's decent in the ring. She's got a good look, a good gimmick, good on the mic. She's kind of got it all, in my opinion. And the women's division in AEW is the weakest by far. So I think, though Shida's been a great champion, I think it's harder for an American market to get behind her. It would be easier with Britt Baker. I think they've been trying to make her the top women's wrestler before her injury happened. So, and Shida had a great year run. I just think this is the most definite answer I could have. I think it's Britt Baker's time. And I think this is going to be one hell of a match too. Then next up, we have 2 matches left. Now, this is the one I'm looking the most forward to. The Stadium Stampede. That was one of the highlights of last year. This is going to be... It's hard to say this is going to be the match of the night because they are kind of like in a stadium. It's like a gimmick match times 20. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go with the Inner Circle just because the Pinnacle won the Blood and Guts match. And I don't really see the Inner Circle breaking up yet. I think you got a lot more to get out of them as baby faces. And every villain needs a good hero to fight, or every hero needs a good villain, vice versa, and I think if you break up the Inner Circle now, who are the Pinnacle going to have to go after? I think there's so much to get out of this with like singles and tag matches intertwining the 2 teams, though I could see again another surprise of the Pinnacle winning to keep them strong as the main stable, and it would make sense to break up the Inner Circle, though I don't want to see it because at the end of the day they've been together for almost 3 years, and you also, in wrestling, sometimes it's not a bad idea to break something up when it's at its peak. You don't want to go stale. So, shit, I'm almost convincing myself the Pinnacle's going to win now. But I'm going with the Inner Circle. And then, last but not least, we have the AEW Heavyweight title, World title. Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Now, this is kind of a weird main event for me. I don't know why. I love Orange Cassidy. Pac's great, but I don't know. This one's kind of weird to me. It doesn't feel as big as some of these other matches that are underneath it. But I could see a lot of things happening. I don't see Kenny Omega dropping it to Pac, one heel to the next heel. Pac doesn't need it. And it would be a feel-good moment to see Orange Cassidy win, but I don't think it's time yet. I think Kenny Omega is on a roll. And I'm not a Kenny Omega mark like a lot of people. I just think with what they got going with the Elite, which is another reason I think the Young Bucks will retain. I just think this is going to be a really hard-fought match. A lot of fun spots. Probably a lot of shenanigans. Every single person in this match has backup. You got the Elite with Kenny Omega, Death Triangle with Pac, and the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy. Now, this is one of the matches I was talking about, too, that I think could be match of the night, because it's kind of hard to bet against any of these guys. And let's see what they got to do, because a triple threat match is pretty hard to pull off, so I'm pretty anxious to see that. But I got to go with Kenny Omega. He's doing the cunty heel kind of gimmick, and it's working pretty well for him, and I just think there's a lot more mileage to get out of this, so you got to go with Kenny Omega. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my whole prediction for the card. I think overall it's going to be a lot of fun, like I said. Not really many bad matches on here. The only ones I'm not really looking forward to are the women's title match, Cody and Gogo and Cage and Paige, but I still am excited for those. So not really any sleepers. Pretty solid card overall. I love how AEW puts out quarterly pay-per-views. I mean, it's kind of refreshing from like all the pay-per-views and super shows we've come accustomed to in WWE and all that. I think you can drag storylines out a lot further and make the matches mean a lot more. And I really like what AEW is doing. In my heart, I'll always be a WWE guy, but I'm not really a fan right now. It's pretty hard to watch. So AEW has been kind of a breath of fresh air, and I'm more than excited to see this full live crowd at Daly's place. And if you guys are watching the show too, let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen. Give me your picks in the comments. It's interesting to see what everyone else thinks. And if you got any opinions on any of my predictions for each individual match, like I said, let me know. And other than that, if you're a fan of wrestling, there's going to be a little more wrestling content on here with my vlogs. I got a couple really good ones coming up for a couple really big shows I'm really excited for. And for the horror fans, I have a double feature. I have a video coming out Saturday and Sunday next week. I have a pretty fun movie review you guys should have a little fun watching and whatnot. So either way, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, I'm trying to get up to 300 subscribers. That would be awesome. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the wrestling show just as much as I do. Have a great Memorial Day. I'll be at work because my work is a bunch of motherfuckers. But either way, have a good one, everyone. Blood, Guts, Gore. I'll check you next time.